It is the beginning of October and the stock market is still in a correction, and I'm buying any dip in AI stock prices ready for the AI bull market to continue into 2025. Welcome to my channel where you can watch my AI stocks, cryptocurrency, wealth building investment strategies and how I use these to beat inflation. At the end of the video I'll give you my thoughts on how I intend to take advantage of any investment opportunities this month. During August and September the stock market has been volatile as there was panic in the air due to recession fears, interest rate cuts, AI stocks falling and the yen carry trade. All of this was accompanied by financial media hysteria calling for an emergency rate cut by the Fed of as much as 1% as they thought the economy had fallen off the edge of a cliff into a recession. Then the S&P 500 recovered back to its near bull market high and no emergency cut rate. This is why I do not read or watch any financial media press or TV channels, as they always advise the incorrect strategy for the financial markets. Their primary focus is to sell fear and panic so to maximize their exposure and profits. The stock market correction is delivering buying opportunities across many AI stocks where I'm using the dollar cost averaging strategy to accumulate positions within them. By using my buy targets and the company earnings potential as a guide to which AI stocks looks great value. This has given me the opportunity to purchase great AI stocks such as Nvidia for as little as $92. Looking at the S&P 500 trend, I believe that the correction window will extend into October, after which will begin the US post-election bull run into Christmas. During August there was a decline to 5,100, then a rally to around 5,600. Then in September, a decline to 5,400 and a rally to 5,700. I'm expecting a final October decline to around 5,300 to 5,400 before rallying to 6,000 plus into early 2025, which would be a 17% increase from the low of August 2024. We're still in a bull market and the risks are still to the upside. What is likely to happen over October is a correction. Thus I'm buying key AI stocks wherever there's an opportunity within my buying ranges. The Fed's decision to cut interest rates by 0.5% rather than the measured and calm cut of 0.25% has signaled that they wish to bring interest rates down faster than initially expected from the 5.5% peak. I've always thought that there would be another cut before the end of the year. This is likely to be around another 0.5%, with the Fed targeting interest rates to be below 4% by the end of 2025. This action will give huge growth opportunities for AI stocks. The financial media are talking how the interest rate cuts are a signal that the stock market is in a bear market, which under other circumstances such as a financial or economic crisis would be true. But this is not the case today. Instead, the US economy is still growing and AI earnings growth for 2025 will be helped by any Fed interest rate cuts, as rate cutting is bullish for stock markets. Also, money market accounts will be looking to move into the stock market as the rate cuts hurt their cash investments, another factor to drive stock prices higher onto the next stock market bubble. With the US election a month away, I've compiled some data on how the S&P 500 performs during an election year, how low the index reached between the months of September and November to how high the index reached the following January. Therefore, it's quite realistic for the index to reach 6,000 by the end of January 2025. I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. This is purely what I intend to do. Even though I expect the S&P 500 to continue to correct into October, this does not factor into what AI stocks I buy and sell. It only acts as a rough guide in terms of the overall direction of travel for the market. For example, I expect this bull market to continue for at least another year, so deep drops in AI stocks should be temporary as they eventually look to target new bull market highs. My investment portfolio stands at 96% invested with 4% left in cash ready for any more dips in AI stocks during October. The best AI stock in my portfolio, Nvidia, is AI. It is rare for it to drop for an opportunity to buy. I'll continue to add more during the October correction if presented with any opportunity. I'll be careful of over trimming Nvidia. Earning growth remains strong. However, as I mentioned in my September market update, Nvidia today is not that of a year ago. For example, its share price is not going to go to the moon anytime soon. It is more likely that it will double in price over the next 12 months if it meets its earnings growth. My buy target is $100. Google continues to struggle against AI's ChatGPT, releasing Gemini, which turned out badly and has antitrust issues. The stock price has grown over the last 12 months, but it's not as much compared to the other AI stocks. The earnings growth show that the stock is currently struggling. However, I do think this will change over the next 6 months, which will set the stock price gradually to increase towards $200 this year. It is a steady AI stock, not volatile like AMD or Nvidia. Keep on trending higher is the message from Google. My buy target is $150. AMD is in a race with Nvidia and Intel to release new AI chips to power AI laptops and PCs, which at this point is more marketing hype than anything. For example, don't rush to upgrade, as where AI is concerned, AMD is not superior to Nvidia. But AI chips sounds like a sales gimmick. The only reason to buy AMD processors is because they're a lot better than Intel's, and that still remains the case. AMD earnings are good, but not good enough to justify the rally early this year to over $220, which I trimmed my investment in over the summer 2024. Whilst AMD is a very good AI stock, it is not Nvidia, and thus does not have the growth potential Nvidia has. I've been waiting for the opportunity to buy AMD stock, in which, during this correction, I'm now getting those opportunities in AMD and some of the best AI stocks on the market. My buy target is $125. Of all the AI stocks, Microsoft has been the hardest to accumulate into. It doesn't seem to give much of an opportunity. My last purchase was in 2023 for an average price of $290. The current stock price for Microsoft is about fair value. This year the stock has dropped since its $468 high, trading at support around $400. Again, acknowledging that Microsoft does not tend to give much of a buying opportunity. My buy target is $370. Since November 2022, Meta has had a spectacular bull run and refuses to drop despite being overextended. The reason for this can be seen in its high earnings growth. It's going to take a lot more than a war in the Middle East to knock this stock lower. Every time Meta looks like it's going to drop, it reverts higher, back above $500. Thus, it's one of the best AI stocks that I've invested in. I have trimmed my Meta stock after large purchases during the drop in November 22 and look to accumulate again on any signs of weakness. Earnings growth is still great with Meta, so I believe the risk is still to the upside. My buy target is $420. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing was the weakest of the AI tech stocks in my portfolio, as I bought the stock for around $90 during August 2023. 12 months later, it rocketed higher to $189, which I was able to trim my position. AI computer chip demand is still strong and accelerating, so exposure to semiconductor companies like Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing is key to my investment strategy. This company has excellent earnings, and future growth should mean any drop in stock price will be temporary. My buy target is $130. Finally coming alive in 2024. I've been accumulating Qualcomm stock for all throughout 2023 for under $100, and then trimming heavily as it reached towards an all-time high of $230. Recently the stock is in the news that it will be looking to take over Intel. However, I believe this is unlikely to happen. It is looking fair price now, and its earnings growth suggests that the correction in this stock will be temporary. So I view any dip below $160 as an opportunity to accumulate more. My buy target is $140. Tesla is a sleeping AI giant. Its future growth is with its rapid pace of development of the Optimus bot, where you will get walking and talking AI robots that I suspect will arrive within the next 3 years. Tesla is due to announce their robotaxi on October the 10th, which is driving the share price higher in anticipation. This will make it difficult to accumulate any further positions, especially if the announcement is positive. Earnings have been weak this year, and thus has given me an opportunity to purchase the AI stock throughout the year, with some purchases as low as $141. My view is I expect Tesla stock over the next 10 years to increase at least 10 times from the current price. Short term, Tesla is a high-risk AI stock which can be volatile. This, trimmed correctly, can give opportunities to build a bigger position by buying and trim it. My buy target is $170. ASML stands out with strong earnings and growth. I'm not expecting any upward surprises. There's more chance of a downside surprise to present some buying opportunities. I find ASML a great AI stock in terms of accumulating and trimming. giving plenty of opportunities to do both as recently as the all-time high of $1,100. After completing my trimming over the summer of 2024, I will look to continue to accumulate into this AI stock during this correction. My buy target is $780. A recent addition to my AI stock portfolio, over the course of 2024, Micron soared to $156 and recently crashing down below $100. This stock is volatile, in which I look to capitalize on. Its current share price looks cheap, but it can easily crash further down to $80. Micron's earnings is being affected by the AI chip demand, therefore the stock price should move higher, maybe not above $150, though the earnings growth does look good. My buy target is $80. It is a balancing act between having exposure and overpaying for an AI stock. The easiest thing to do would be to invest and forget, which really does mean invest and forget. I can't do that with stocks such as AMD. It's too volatile to not try to capitalize on this volatility, which is why I buy in and out of AMD depending on what the stock price does, whilst attempting to build in a core position, as I believe, regardless of what the stock prices do, the AI mega trend is going to run for decades. My September view of Bitcoin was to trend down to $55,000, which dropped a little below this at $52,000. Since then, it's gained to over $60,000. If Bitcoin can break above $65,000, this should target the next level of $90,000 and then a further to $100,000 plus, which should be achieved before the end of this year. This is when I plan to sell 90% of my Bitcoin at around $120,000, just when everyone is expecting it to rise to $200,000. It might go to $200,000, but I'm not prepared to take the risk and lose the profits of Bitcoin that I bought back at the end of 2023 for around $37,000. And lastly, do not forget that we're in a bull market that has at least another year to run, which means when stocks fall, it's time to get greedy, not fearful. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more tips on how I use AI stocks and cryptocurrency to build my wealth and beat inflation. Until next time, take care.